Don't mind me, y'all. I'm just doing this for the guide because I haven't updated the guide in quite a while. So I'm just doing this for the guide real quick. So, like I was saying, you have two models you can actually drop from the raid. You can also drop this full body that I have right here, as well as the rare full body, that I have actually sitting in my locker because I was using that as a placeholder. So the rare full body you can actually use as a placeholder until you get something better. It's actually better than the Dream full body. So you'll be replacing the Dream full body with either this or the unique full body that I have equipped. The best one you want to get for your main is the unique full body. But if you're on a budget and the unique full body is too expensive for you, which currently the unique full body, which I can't find, but it's like 3 built and above. So if that is too much for you, there's the rare full body. So the difference between the rare full body and the unique full body, well, you can pretty much see here. So it's basically just, yeah, that. You also notice that the max tuning grade is EX. So, and you also have noticed that I have an EX tune on my unique full body. Yeah, so that's the only costume piece currently that can accept EX tuning. The Dream full body doesn't have it, it's still excess, and you can only tune one FM4, whereas the unique and the rare full body, the new one, you can actually put in 2 FM4 tunes. So just gonna let y'all stay at that real quick. I failed to mention it, but you can also craft the rare full body. My bad about that. I also failed to mention that because I just stopped so I can record this, but you can also craft the rare full body. But you won't really have to craft it anyways, because if you're in a spam party, this is a very common drop. In fact, I have like 23 rare full body boxes inside my inventory. I'm just waiting to. I'm just waiting to finish something which is cheap. I'm just waiting to finish something which is cheap and all that stuff, and then once I get about 30 of them, I'm just gonna slap them at the character. Now, the raid itself. Oh, right. Before I forget, because I told you guys that you can either drop the models or you can craft models. You can also drop this inside the hard version. So you can drop this in the easy version and the hard version. You can drop this in the hard version. I haven't seen it drop in the easy version, but the hard version most definitely. You can drop the fully transcended version in the hard version. So you only want to get this if you have like a lantern, chakram, or a whip. You don't have to get this. But if you have like a staff or something, you could replace it with that. But I mean, that's your choice. I'll be more focused on the models. Yeah, so the unsmiling mask you get from the weeklies. You can only get the unsmiling mask from the weeklies. So I'm just gonna show you guys. I mean, you guys actually look at this for yourself. Yeah, so this is the craft for if you have this version of the models and you're looking to transcend it to the red version, which is the bound version. Just to make sure you guys know, the bound version means You cannot seal it. You cannot seal it. You can't move it into the bank. You can't move it to another character. It's quite literally bound to that character. So I know you've seen with the bound version of this model, but it's mainly because I can actually tune the thing myself. I'm not sick, but but if for whatever reason you can't drop it, which by the way, right now the drop rate is very atrocious, so you might have no choice but to craft it. Yes, I know you see that I can craft it right now, but I'm not gonna craft it. I'm actually gonna stack up the material for if so happen the smaller mass becomes bank shareable. So if I can't get the models for my other buys, then I'll just use crafting. I already have like material for it, and I made a mistake. I need to change that. So it's actually 12,000, not 10,000. I said 10,000, not 12,000. I said 10,000, not 12,000. Y'all, give me a second. There we go. But yeah, craft this at your own risk. Just know that you will have to be tuning, upgrading. You have to be tuning, upgrading, and all that stuff. So if you're looking for a model to buy, if you're looking for a model to buy enhancing service, tuning service, or need help with 100%ing the models and all that stuff, I wouldn't recommend getting the bound version. But if you just don't care and you can actually do it yourself, by all means take the craft version. So now we can get into the actual raid itself. So the actual raid itself, you have the easy version, you have the hard version. You see the total TCP that you need, which is 200, and then you see the 250. So the easy version, and I'm on a squad. Also, yes, you can only enter that thing into a squad. And one last thing before I take us through both the easy version and the hard version, which I'm about to swap to my luck gear, because just in case I so happen to drop, but not for whatever reason, I'm about to swap to my luck stuff. So yeah, easy version, hard version. One last thing to tell you guys before we enter the dungeon. On Code Closers, we don't have the auction system. Thank the Lord. Why did I say thank the Lord? It was going to be a whale off. It was going to be monopoly between whales. Y'all was going to hate whales more than y'all already do. Thank the God that they disabled that. So the easy version. This is the fight that you have right before you unlock Count D. As you can see, it literally says clear dead lady's costume room. That's dead lady's costume room. But here's the thing, you can buff yourself. You can get yourself buffed before you can fight these two in order to get a buff before you fight Mortar. If you're lacking damage, you only do this if you're lacking damage for the easy version. She will also give you a buff once you defeat her before you enter into Count D. So if you're lacking damage, you want to fight both of these people. You can fight one of them, or you can fight both of them just to be on the safe side, and then fight Mortar to get all the buffs to have the max buffs once you go into Count D. And then clearing Count D will be easier. Count D has a lot of health, so the more buffs the merrier. If you're lacking damage, or if you don't feel confident enough. So if you don't feel confident enough, you fight Dagra and Magra. And then you fight Lady Morta. And then Lady Morta will unlock Count D and you can fight Count D. You can only drop the red and Count D. So since I'm supposed to show you guys the buffs that you'll get. So, oh yeah, another thing. When you resurrect, it does not reset your skill cooldown, so be careful about dying in this dungeon. Also, if you're soloing and you get disconnected, you have to do the entire raid over again. Alright, so the easy version. See, I gained the buff. Yeah, and right before the results screen, you can actually quickly click the count D icon and move on to the next dungeon. Also, I'm gonna show you a little something. Let me show you a little something. Yeah, if you carefully do, if you're able to do the mechanics right, some mechanics when successful, you see this little skill right here called Showstopper? That's a special skill. So some mechanics, ow, I died, but some mechanics when successfully done or successfully cleared, it will knock down the boss, or it will knock down Dagra, Magra, Morta, Count D, and in some instances, it will let you be able to use Showstopper skill, which is a special skill. So if somebody says, "Can you use a special skill?" They're talking, and Count D, they're talking about the Showstopper skill that's literally right above your name, and yeah. So what this does is basically it resets your cooldown every 3 seconds, and that's for 10 seconds. So possibly 4 times it will reset all the cooldowns. Well, not all of them, but not really all of them. Everything but your pet skill and your disc skill. But yeah, it literally says it in the description. But it's every skill but your pet skill and your disc skill. It won't reset your skill. It won't reset your skill that you get from the study disc, and it won't reset the skill that you get from the pet. It will reset every skill but it. Even this. I don't think I'll have to use that. I don't think I want to disconnect in the middle of the raid. Just saying. And also it won't reset your ultimate. I almost forgot that. It won't reset your ultimate. But you will get a PNA gene from. You get 2 apparent strains in here. You get a Lady Morta one. And you get a Count D one. So about these two. The Lady Morta one is what people in your party are going to use when they're doing the spam party, because come to find out that not only the Chakram helps with DPS support, but the Lady Morta gene helps with DPS support, and the purple force cancel. I found out that the purple force cancel also helps with DPS support. So if you want your party members to deal more damage, you can have this on. If you have a Chakram, now would be the time to use it. Or if you have a character that have a Chakram, will be a great time to use it. And you also have the Lady Morta strain. So whenever you enter a spam party, when they ask who's going to use Lady Morta, that's why. Because the debuff actually works for everyone. It helps everyone deal more damage. So people who use the Chakram, people who use purple force cancel, and people who use Lady Morta will come in handy for spam parties, because you'll help your team clear faster, because clearing is going to be on clear and fast to spam this dungeon is going to be on everyone's mind when you enter a spam party. Aside from the fact that you're going to be dreading about the drop rate for the reds. So Lady Morta, if I crashed. Hold on, I'll make a part 2.